Hopefully you could see me. Let's just roll with it. Let's see what happens. I don't actually know if these AirPods do anything in regards to recording video, but we'll see. Ah, fuck. Garbage truck. Ah, damn it. This is not going it's not going according to plan. Maybe I can sneak behind this truck. I'm not even gonna attempt it. Fuck this. Okay, so this video is going to be about sleep. How to get good sleep, all right? How to catch some Z's that don't suck. Now, sleep is definitely one of the highest ROI habits, I don't know, things you can do to literally change your life. You know, if you sleep well, like the difference between good sleep and sucky sleep is like night and day. I'll give you a quick example. So yesterday, I didn't get good sleep the night before last. It was just so hot in the apartment. I'm just laying there in my underwear, no blankets, sweating my balls off, and I didn't get much sleep. I ended up waking up at like 3 in the morning. I had eaten too close to bed, and I just felt like a beached whale, just laying there. It was pretty rough. So last night, I made it a priority to get good sleep. Now, what does good sleep mean? How do you do it? How do you get it? So here's a couple things. One is to avoid blue light, and that means your phone, computers, television, anything that produces a blue light, because that messes up your circadian rhythm. It tricks your mind into thinking it's still daytime. And if your mind thinks it's daytime, it's going to be active and want to be awake. And so I would say an hour before bed, cut out all blue light. One of my favorite ways to do this is to get into bed a little bit before I feel like I'm tired and read a fiction book. Now, fiction is important because if you're reading like a business book or an intense biography or something like that, your mind will have a tendency to keep going, to keep thinking. And one of the worst things that happens when you're trying to sleep is your mind is racing. I think we've all been there before. So you really want to make sure that you get into bed a little earlier, cut out the blue light an hour before. I recommend a fiction book. I mean, this past few months, I've been reading Lord of the Rings and then most recently The Silmarillion. And so you can totally nerd out, do whatever you want, but fiction also helps your imagination, and it's I don't know, it's cool. It's fun thing to do. So do that. It's helpful to have a cool room, unlike my room the last few months of summer here. It helps to have a really cool room, colder than your body temperature, I would say. I don't know how cold you should make it, but it definitely should be cool, so that way you can put a blanket on. You're not too cold, but you're also not too hot. You want to find that nice balance. So cool room. You shouldn't eat too much before bed. I'm on like a bulking program right now, and sometimes I get back late and I still want to get the calories in. But it's helpful to probably stop eating like 2 hours before you go to bed. These are things that I've noticed and I've experimented with, and it really helps a lot. One thing you can also do is if you're into fitness, working out, taking, and this is not professional advice, look at this. I think it's called ZMA. It's a supplement that helps with sleep recovery. I've never had such deep sleep. I remember there was this supplement they were promoting at some point, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was called Iron Dream. It was this like pre-bed supplement. And dude, I've never slept so good in my life. That shit was amazing. So you don't have to go that crazy. If you're having a lot of trouble, Sleepy Time Tea is fucking dope. Sleepy Time Tea is incredible. Keep in mind, however, it's gonna put you out, and it might do too good of a job. where you might sleep longer than you expected, might need more sleep, and you really don't want to become overly reliant on something like that. I try not to be too reliant on supplements or any type of vices, save for caffeine, which is still a bit of a crutch. So once you do that, and just backtracking to the whole thinking while you're trying to sleep, the racing thoughts. If you say to yourself, like, okay, I want to stop thinking, you're going to just think more, right? So I don't know if I got this from somewhere, but I've definitely iterated on it and experimented with it. And if you just tell your mind, like, okay, I'm going to just stay awake as long as possible. So doing the reverse, I'm going to stay awake, see how long I can stay awake. And that usually puts me out. Like, it might take a couple minutes, but that usually knocks me out, so I definitely recommend that. One thing you can also do is to just focus on your breathing. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose, and just follow that. It's like counting sheep, but instead it's being observant of your breath. And just do that, stay awake as long as possible, tell your mind that, and watch how things start to change. And hopefully by then, you'll be asleep. Because especially if you're working a lot, you're working out, sleep is a necessity. That's where your muscles repair themselves. That's where the whole body is in maintenance mode. And so I highly recommend you prioritize this. There's so many creators and entrepreneurs who, not so much lately, it seems to have shifted, but there was a lot of like grind your face off, you know, work 9 to 5, then work 5 to 9, then work 9 to 9, and it was just like, what? This is ridiculous. I know for me, I can get a good couple hours of deep focused work, typically in the morning, and then it just diminishing returns. So if you want to perform well, you really want to optimize your sleep. So we're talking as an adult, like 7 to 9 hours. For me, it's like in my late 20s, 8 to 9 is really like the sweet spot for me. So everyone's different. Some people need less, some people need more. It's just about finding what works for you. You could also get like an Aura ring or a Whoop. I've not tried those yet, but those will also help you in regards to sleep. One thing that's really cool too is getting an alarm, one I've had since literally high school, called Sleep Cycle. And you put it in your room somewhere. Ideally, you shouldn't have electronics in your bedroom, but in my situation, it's pretty inevitable just given the space I have, or lack thereof. But you put it in your room, and then you set a time for when you want to wake up, and it will wake you up within a 30-minute window. So it records your snoring, and it can somehow tell when you're in your lightest sleep cycle, and then it gradually wakes you up. The alarm is not like a blaring siren. It's actually a pretty dope medley of sound that wakes you up, and you feel, I mean, every time I've done it, I feel pretty good. So haven't used it lately, but something to look into. And so with that, you have your sleep optimization routine. Hope it helps. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you found that has helped you with your own sleep that I should be more aware of. I'd love to share it. I'd love to learn more. Keep growing. Keep creating. See you next time.